passport bros visiting Poland. What do you think about that? You made a wonderful video, made sense to me. I liked it.
Okay, so the passport bros used to be, the definition of a passport bro is someone living in another country in hopes of a better life, using the strength of their passport to live somewhere else. But it's evolved into sex tourism, right? So now passport bro and sexual tourism are used kind of interchangeably, even though they're different definition, like by definition, right? When I was in Colombia, I saw this a lot. A lot of people say that they want to go to Colombia for the culture, but none of, like, there's foreigners that have lived there for 2 or 3 years, none of them speak Spanish. And then I get accused of going to Colombia only for the women, but I say I went there for Spanish and my Spanish is C1, almost perfect, right? So passport bros are now just people honestly looking for easy women and being able to flex their passport in poorer countries so they can get women, right? And in terms of Poland, I think there has been an increase of dating coaches and day gamers. I'm sure you've seen them around, like just like in the center, right? They just go up. So that scene is here, but in general, I don't think Poland is a good place for that because they still are quite traditional here in terms of relationship and what they're looking for. And I tell guys, like, they're like, what is it like dating a Polish girl? Can I go for a couple weeks and try to date a girl? I'm like, if you want a serious girl, you have to be here for at least a year. As soon as they hear you're only here for a week or two, you're gone. You're done, right? So I like that the barrier to entry to Poland is quite high because also it's not really a cheap country. It's cheaper, but it's still a European country. It is. And the wages here, they're making quite a good amount of money. So it's not like we show up and then as American, we're like super high status and we're making way more money than them. It's a little more of an even playing field. So I think if people want to come here to date a Polish person, and their intentions are good, they stay here and they want like the family and a legitimate long-term relationship, this is a good place for that. But if you're just coming for like a short-term thing, I don't think this is the place.
Because the thing that I don't appreciate is these passport bros in Poland, they picture Polish women as easy girls or sluts.
Yes,
you know, and that's very hurtful. Now that's stop advertising Poland because that's not that way. And there was this guy that you did the video with. I didn't watch his video, to be honest, because I was like, I'm not interested.
Right.
But could you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so I did video on 2 different creators. One of them was this guy named Rich, who actually, after I made the video, he deleted his whole entire channel.
He did?
Yeah.
The whole channel?
The whole channel.
No.
And he put some false copyright strikes on me. He did it twice, and then YouTube sided with me, and then he filed a privacy complaint. And then afterwards, he emailed me. He's like, hey, the war's over. Can you take your videos down? And I told him, no, bro. Like, maybe earlier I would have been open to it, but you burned that bridge when you sent these false copyright strikes on me.
Yeah.
And then there's another one called Skylar DeRozan, who's a very famous, like, passport bro guy. His whole channel is, he's in Brazil, and his whole Patreon is about pay for play in all these countries. He literally, if you go on his Patreon, it's like whore economics 101, and in just Romania, all of these countries, you know? So it's like creators like that give the passport bros a bad name, and unfortunately it's coming from one specific, like the majority of that content is coming from a particular demographic of person, right? I don't want to say it openly, but they're usually Americans and from a specific demographic, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And I do think that these videos are extremely hurtful. That's why I made my video, to call it out. And people were accusing me of being racist. It's like, why are you only doing this to like a black creator? But then I say, I think the bigger problem is, why aren't other black creators calling out this behavior? Why does it take an outsider just to be like, this is wrong? And then I didn't even really criticize him for his race. His video was the truth about being a black man in Poland. And I just was against the ideas. But then just by me calling him out, people were coming after me, calling me racist, right? So, yeah, that was a whole entire mess. Yeah, what was the original question again? Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest.
No, I mean, I think this is like your answer, like, publicly to just answer, because I see that the backlash that was going on,
right?
And I just wanted to.
Yeah, it was overwhelming support though, for sure. Like, and I think the Polish people really appreciated that I called this guy out and that I defended the country. But yeah, there's a certain group of people on the internet that are just calling me a racist or stuff like that. So
yeah, but that's normal. It's like 10% is always like this.
Yeah,
and if you don't get the hate, it means you're not doing something you're incorrectly.
Exactly, right.
So good for you. Stories are the single most powerful weapon any leader can arm themselves with. They are the currency of humanity. And those who tell inspiring, emotional, powerful stories rule the world. To put it simple, storytelling changed my life. It allowed me to meet the most incredible people in my life to raise capital for my startups in Dragon's Den and simply improve my life as a human being. And today, I would like you to do the same. So, I am excited to announce my upcoming masterclass in the art of storytelling. And so, if this is something you're interested in, I would love you to join our masterclass. So, you can leave your details below and I will be in touch. Thank you so much and see you soon.
So I saw your video and you said that you are learning Polish for real
Yes.
at this time. How's that experience going?
It's going pretty well. I was self-studying for a few months, and then I had my first Polish lesson yesterday, actually. So I skipped straight to A2. Sorry, not B2.
That would be good.
That would be impressive. No. So I skipped to A2, and she spoke all in Polish for an hour and a half, and I understood 80% of everything. So the studying has worked. I know a lot of words, but putting sentences together is very difficult because the grammar, Polish grammar, is notoriously difficult. But I'm working on it, and I like making YouTube videos about it because it holds me accountable, right? Like if I've been studying for 6 months, but I haven't made progress, I'm going to get called out by the Polish people. Rightfully so, right? So yeah, I'm taking lessons right now. And then in the building that I live, I have a lot of Polish friends that I can also practice with. But when I move to Warsaw, I'm really going to take it seriously because this is something I want to pursue. And if I want to jump into traditional media here, I have to speak Polish. There's no other way around it.
Can you say something in Polish now?
Tak, mówię po polsku. Jestem z Chińczykiem, ale jestem z Ameryki. Lubię live is no mieszkać. But lubię.
You are
But lubię. I like to live. Mówię mieszkać w Polsce, bo jest I don't know how to say. Jest my Spanish is coming in. Jest jedna kraj piękna I yeah, that's yeah. So
it's not bad.
So not bad, right? But you can see, like, I know a lot of random words. I know a lot of random nouns, but the grammar and making the sentences I still struggle with.
Yeah, the grammar is a tough one.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm struggling with it as well for years now.
Exactly.
But to make, even some Polish people, they say they are struggling with the grammar as well.
Yeah.
You guys confirm? Philip? No? You're not struggling?
You know what's funny? So I get crap on my channel when I say that Polish grammar is hard and sometimes it doesn't make sense. But a lot of my Polish friends, they themselves argue amongst themselves about the language and the grammar stuff. So it's not just me, okay?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
But I like the challenge, and I think it will. If we learn it, it will really separate us from the rest of the foreigners.
For sure.
And I think the country, like, my stance is, if you're gonna live in a country, you have to learn the language. It's just common respect. When I was in Colombia, I learned Spanish, and then now that I'm here, I have to learn Polish.